one specific thing that was not only a cultural difference, this was the biggest cultural difference that I've seen. This was a cultural shock. Like, I've never, ever seen this in my entire living existence.
Hey, we're back again. On our previous video, we talked about my wife's stay in Cameroon and touched a little bit about the culture, the food and everything,
Yes.
and the marriage. So we're gonna continue from here.
Yes. After the wedding, after we got back home and got all settled in and everything, I realized that I had an overwhelming day, a very overwhelming day. It was even a little bit stressful, just considering the fact that I was the only one, well, him and I were the only one that spoke English, and all of his family that showed up spoke only French. So it was just like a constant battle of, like, you know, trying to translate everything that they're saying to me, and then trying to get it to me, and then all, hugging everybody, which that's normal. But I'm just like, oh my God, if I have to say hello, hi, if I have to repeat the same 4 lines to another person one more time, I'm gonna lose it. And you know, just meeting people for the first time, like, all that can just be draining. It was just pulling on my energy, and I was just really drained. And I'm just like, I need a glass of wine because I need to calm my nerves. And today was just a busy day. Like, it took away, like, all that energy took away from, like, really our moment. And you know, to us, a marriage is nothing but just a piece of paper that just says that you guys are married. That you're legally married and that you're committed to one another. It's not that big of a deal to us. A piece of paper is not that big of a deal. It could easily be torn. It's not that big of a deal to us. So after the wedding, we went right back to living our everyday life in Cameroon and fulfilling what we came here. The goal was for us. And I remember there's so many beautiful places in Cameroon. We went to a beach that was called Basnava Beach, and we just
some fresh fish.
There was people playing music. It was just a lovely day, and I just had pure enjoyment. You know, I was just like, this is. I don't need some luxury hotel to give me something simple like that. You know, so it was really beautiful.
We went to a club too, so you could see the club life back in Cameroon. So.
Although the clubs is not really my scene. I'm more of like.
Me too.
It's not. It's
not my thing. So.
It's not, and that's why we get along so well, because we're balanced in certain areas, and but I still enjoyed it. I enjoyed everything to come. I was really open to do pretty much anything. You know, I'm like, you guys show me around. I've never been here, so this is new to me. The biggest thing I realized on my trip was the cultural difference. And everything was a cultural difference. Like, everything was just, you know, I was just taking everything in. However, there was one specific thing that was not only a cultural difference, this was the biggest cultural difference that I've seen. This was a cultural shock. Like, I've never, ever seen this in my entire living existence so far. And that shock was, I seen poster boards, I seen people on signs, or people on microphones, like, in the city. This is all happening in the city. We're like going to the mall or something. This is like in traffic in the city. Multiple people. It's like person over here, person over there, person over there, person over there, everywhere. Big billboards that talks about diseases and their cures. I hear people saying repeatedly over and over and over again, we have the cure for herpes. We have the cure for cancer. We have the cure for HIV. We have the cure for AIDS. We have the cure for gonorrhea. We have the cure for this. We have the cure for that. We have the cure for
heart attack. We had the cure for everything. We have the cure for
diabetes. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, oh my God, are they fucking? I've never seen anything like this, and I'm so passionate about it because I got the chills even thinking about it, because I'm like, what the fuck is that? What was that? I was like, and he's used to it. But I'm like, what was that? I've never seen anything like that ever before. Not in the United States. Any place that I've been, I've never seen anything like that. And I'm like, I asked him as we're like in the car, I'm like, baby, why is all these people saying, why is there so many people? Why is there so many people that's saying that there's a cure for this, there's a cure for that? And I know what you guys are all thinking, because I thought of it too. I was like, oh, are these people just trying to get money out of this? But I'm like, I had to use my common sense, because I'm like, okay, it's one thing people are trying to get money out of doing something, but why is there so many people saying the same thing? I'm like, there's something about this that must be true. Right. I'm like, if it was a lie, then you guys are just wasting your time. You guys are not getting no money. But I'm like, there's something. Sure, there's some scammers that may be scamming and having fake stuff, fake herbs or whatever. But I'm like, this doesn't make no damn sense. Come on now. Like, really think about it. You think all these people that's really saying that, oh, we have the cure to this, and that in this large, overly large city, and none of them, you mean to tell me that absolutely none of them, you mean to tell me that absolutely all of these people are lost their mind and they're lying?
Scams,
Are scams.
And even if they were scams, the public will not even let them be there.
Exactly.
You know, the public will not even let them be there.
So I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, I've never seen nothing like that. And I asked, I was just so blown away. That was like that was the most biggest highlight of my trip. Yeah. That was the biggest highlight of my trip. And I would forever hold on to that memory, because that was like, I just like everything. It's like a key turned in my brain. Like I just, my awareness just like woke up. It's just like, Jada, like you're finding out answers on your trip. Like, this is not only just a trip to meet my husband or a trip to, live my manifestation trip, but this is a healing and spiritual trip. I'm like, nobody's ever seen that. And then I had to learn how to like compose all that energy. I've realized that there are multiple reasons that they don't want African Americans to come to the continent of Africa. And that's not the only reason, but I'm like,
one of them
for healing. I just put 2 and 2 together. I'm like, what the, like, make it make sense. And this is not to tell anybody to, y'all better go to Cameroon to get cured for. No, this is not the purpose of the video, but this is my truth, and I'm living it and we're walking it. Right. And I'm here to share you. That's what this platform is about, to share with you guys what our trip was about. And if you guys, anybody take it as a lie or, anything, that's your business. Take it as a lie. Take it however you want to take it. But you're not going to tell me you're not going to tell us what our story was. Yeah.
And I was kind of shocked. Like, I was shocked from her reaction. I'm like, why is she reacting like this?
Yeah, he thought it was normal.
Because it's
I'm like, this
normal.
is not normal. I've never seen, you never go in the United States and see big poster boards, people all around saying we have the cure. And then, that made me start to wonder. I'm like, in my past videos, I shared that I had genital herpes, and he told me that we'll be able to get solution. I didn't really believe it until I got there. I'm like, okay, started to connect the dots. So I'm like, okay, so maybe this is what he wants. So I'm like, this is what he was talking about. Yeah.
That's what I was talking about. I had to look into it, then find people that can actually get a cure for that. Yes. Legit. People will get in the street and talk about all that. Yeah. Not all these lies, no. But I had to get somebody. You need to know somebody that knows somebody that can get
that has
the
a
right exact thing that you need.
So that was huge for me. So then, like a couple days later, we ended up actually going to a legit herbalist, and it was my first time ever seeing an herbalist. So we get to the herbalist, and then the herbalist speaks only French. I mean, he speaks in his dialect as well, but he speaks French. He doesn't speak any English. So my husband was my translator to understanding what was being said in the room. Right. I told him what was my problem and what I came in there for, but he wanted to do an exam just to make sure, that there was nothing else unordinary that was going on with me.
After all the confirmation from the herbalist, he prescribed some herbs which she was going to take for 30 days when she goes back to the United States.
You guys stay tuned for more. We are going to share what happened next, and we're going to share my going back to the United States and many other secrets and many other things. So you guys stay tuned for more.
Stay tuned. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Yes.